What if the greatest love story ever told did not end with marriage, but only learned how to stay silent? The story begins in stillness. Morning light falls across quiet fields, soft and golden, as if the land itself remembers what once happened. Here, a breeze moves through tall grass, gentle but restless. Old windows stand open, curtains breathe in and out. Somewhere, a piano plays a slow, familiar tune, worn with time but not forgotten. Love once lived here. Love once changed everything. Years ago, two strong hearts met and refused to bend. Elizabeth Bennet, fierce in spirit and sharp in mind. Fitzwilliam Darcy, proud, guarded, and deeply sincere. They clashed. They misunderstood. They walked away. And yet they found their way back, not because the world changed, but because they did. Their love was not easy. It was earned. Now, time has passed. The laughter has softened. The rooms feel larger. The silence lasts longer. The house stands proud, but it carries echoes of words once spoken and words never said. A letter rests on a desk, unopened. Ink has faded, but the feeling behind it has not. Some emotions do not age. They wait. Marriage promised peace, but life rarely stays simple. Pride does not vanish overnight. Prejudice does not disappear just because love arrives. It hides, it learns new shapes. And sometimes it returns when you least expect it. The past is not gone. It lives quietly in memory, in habit, in the spaces between two people who once fought so hard to be understood. Footsteps move through empty halls. A hand pauses on a doorframe. The air feels heavy with things left unsaid. Love remains, but it has changed. It is deeper now, more fragile, more real. This is not the beginning of a romance. This is the moment after the fairy tale ends, when love must learn how to survive time, because some stories are not finished when the music fades. Some stories are only waiting for the courage to speak. Again, time does not break love all at once. It wears it down slowly, quietly, in ways no one notices at first. Days turn into years, and certainty turns into habit. Elizabeth stands by a tall window, looking out at land she knows by heart. The view has not changed, yet something feels distant. The world outside moves forward, but inside she feels paused, caught between who she was and who she has become. Darcy walks the grounds alone. His steps are steady, but his thoughts are not. Once he believed love was enough to overcome anything. Now he knows better. Love does not erase mistakes. It does not silence doubt. It asks for patience, and patience is harder than pride ever was. He has learned to listen more, speak less, but silence has a cost of its own. The world around them has shifted. Society watches with quiet eyes. Expectations linger like shadows. A marriage admired from afar does not mean a marriage understood. Smiles are offered in public. Questions are avoided in private. There are moments of warmth, yes, but also moments where distance fills the room. Unseen yet heavy, a letter is written, then folded away. Words are chosen carefully, then never shared. Every pause carries meaning. Every look says what voices refuse to admit. Love is still there, but it no longer feels certain. It feels tested. And tests do not always come from strangers. Sometimes they come from time itself. Elizabeth wonders if understanding can fade even when affection remains. Darcy wonders if pride can return wearing the mask of protection. Neither wishes to wound the other, yet both feel the slow ache of being unseen. Love, once loud and fearless, has grown quiet, careful not to break. This is the truth no one speaks of. Love does not end with conflict. It struggles with comfort. It struggles with fear. And when change arrives, it asks the hardest question of all. Will you choose each other again, not as you were, but as you are now? The answer has not yet been spoken. And that silence grows louder with every passing day. There comes a moment when silence can no longer protect the heart. It only keeps it apart. The air between them feels tense now, heavy with meaning. A shared room, once filled with ease, holds a careful distance. Elizabeth's hand lingers over a letter she never sent. The paper is creased from being folded and unfolded too many times. Every word inside carries truth, yet none have found the courage to leave the page. Darcy stands still, listening to footsteps he knows by heart. He wants to speak, but old habits return. Once, pride kept him silent. Now, fear does. Fear of choosing the wrong words. Fear of opening a wound that may never close. Love has taught him humility, but it has also shown him how much there is to lose. Their eyes meet across the room. No anger, no blame. Only the quiet weight of everything they have survived together. In that look lives memory of sharp words, of forgiveness, of love hard won. Yet memory alone cannot carry them forward. Love asks for presence, not history. A breath is taken. A step forward, then stopped. The moment stretches. This is where hearts are tested not by grand choices, but by small ones. To speak, to listen, to risk being misunderstood once more. Because love that remains unspoken begins to fade, not from lack of feeling, but from lack of courage. Elizabeth knows this now. Strength is no longer standing alone. It is allowing herself to be seen, even when the truth is fragile. Darcy understands that protection is not silence. It is honesty, spoken with care, even when the voice shakes. The world outside continues, as it always has, but inside this moment, everything waits. One sentence could change the future. One confession could heal what time has worn thin. This is not about pride or prejudice anymore. It is about choice, and the hardest part of love is not falling into it. It is choosing to speak. Before it is too late, the silence finally breaks, not with raised voices, but with truth spoken softly. Morning light returns, warmer now, steady and calm. The house feels different, not lighter, but honest. Love has not been repaired in a single moment, yet something important has shifted. Understanding does not arrive like a grand victory. It arrives quietly, like forgiveness. Elizabeth steps forward, no longer carrying the weight of expectation. She has learned that love is not proven by endurance alone, but by choice, made again and again. Darcy stands beside her, no longer guarded by old pride. He has learned that strength is not control, but openness. Together they are not perfect. They are real. The past still exists. It always will, but it no longer rules them. What once caused distance now offers wisdom. Love, shaped by time, has grown deeper, not louder, but steadier. It no longer demands certainty. It invites trust. Outside, the day begins. Doors open. Windows let in air. A path stretches forward, not clear, but possible. This is not the love of youth, burning fast and bright. This is the love that stays when the fire settles into warmth. The kind of love that survives not because it is easy, but because it is chosen. A final moment lingers, a shared glance, calm and sure. Not a promise of perfection, but of effort. Not a fairy tale ending, but something stronger. Something lasting. Because pride can soften, prejudice can fade, but love, when given space to grow, becomes something greater than either. Pride and prejudice, to some stories, do not end. They evolve.